Well, I only got time for a quick update on the Big Brother 26 feeds. I just want to quickly talk about a few of the things that have interested me over the past 2 days of feeds as we get closer to another eviction in the house. I guess I should probably start with the showmance of Tucker and Rubina. I got a lot of questions about them, especially from my longtime viewer, Ray Rush. Shout out to Ray, who said Rubina was getting on his nerves regarding thinking that Tucker is the one for her, but flip-flopping and her worries about that. He also asked me my thoughts on what Tucker really feels about Rubina. I said in the comments that Tucker is a Libra and he doesn't know what he wants, and I stand by that. I think Tucker genuinely likes Rubina for sure. I just also think that Tucker has this relationship outside of the house with his ex because he clearly loves he and his ex's dog. I think Tucker gets really emotional with T-Core, as we saw with that long hug. But I do think at the end of the day, Tucker really does like Rubina. And where Rubina is concerned, I think that she obviously really likes Tucker. She's afraid of liking Tucker. I do think Rubina has some insecurity issues. But more importantly, I think where the flip-flopping comes from Rubina is that she doesn't want to be seen as Tucker's just carrying her in this game. And that's why she's always talking about how she would vote out Tucker if she had to. I think she wants to be seen as her own entity in that house and not seen as a girl in a typical Big Brother showmance being played by a guy. And that's why she has this ultra fear that Tucker is playing her. And then, like I said, Tucker's a Libra. So I think he actually just comes off like he is kind of all over the place when it comes to relationships. And in that house, he's so chaotic that he is genuinely just all over the place. But honestly, I agree with Ray. I'm kind of over the whole showmance stuff with those two. I never do like showmances, though, so that's not surprising. I did want to give Cam some props. You know, Cam and Leah this week have finally started playing, as I've talked about this week. And Cam, I like how he is kind of making sure he's in on conversations. He is always trying to be there when Joseph and Tucker are talking. He's talking a lot to Joseph in general. I think he is trying to placate Joseph just like Joseph's trying to placate him. But it's good to see Cam out there and finally discovering his social game, being as we are halfway through the game. But better late than never. Leah's social game also thriving. As I said in one of my last videos, I think her social game has always been the only strong part of her game. What she lacks is what she does with all the information that she gets. But I am continuing to find it very hilarious, very entertaining, that the more and more that Quinn tries to help Leah, the more and more she throws him under the bus. And if Quinn's not going to learn, then oh well, it is all Quinn's fault that his game has been such a shitty game. Like, definitely the worst of the season, rivaling some of the worst games over the past couple years. Today, Leah threw Quinn under the bus pretty hardcore to his rival in the house, Tucker, and I couldn't be more entertained by it. I hope Leah continues to be the downfall of Quinn, because Quinn has been warned that Leah was playing him. And while T-Core and Chemo haven't done enough, I guess, to tell him everything that Leah was saying over the past few weeks, but still, Quinn has been warned, and then they have also told him things about Leah throwing him under the bus for smaller things. If Quinn just continues to be played by Leah because he wants to be pathetic, then oh well. I hope it does continue to lead to Quinn's downfall. And now Joseph, who also has that crush on Leah now, I think he is starting to, for whatever reason, get jealous of Quinn and Leah's relationship too, because that's even starting to turn Joseph more and more against Quinn. So, and I will say that in like recent weeks, the only good information that Quinn has got consistently has come from Joseph ever since Quinn's game kind of fell apart. Joseph's really been one of the only people to still be trying to keep him in the know at times. So if this strains their game relationship because Joseph has a crush on Leah, then once again, Leah responsible for Quinn's game being just so far in the bottom of the dumpster where it is. I am very interested to see how Leah continues to play. I will be entertained every time she screws up one of these guys that are crushing on her, simping for her hardcore. I like Leah's social game a lot this week, and like I said, Cam also, it's good to see him discover his social game. Angela still seems to be on the let's get Tucker out train. And Tucker is thinking that keeping Angela around is better for his game. I don't understand Tucker's obsession with helping Angela. I get that it's sometimes a good thing to pick up the person that's at the bottom of the house, even if that person put themselves at the bottom of the house, like Angela did. I get why Tucker was doing that. But after this week, I guess he just wants to remain blinded. I don't know. Tucker is a very emotional person. He has been crying on feeds a lot. We don't see his crying on feeds. We did yesterday when they found him crying. We have seen it a few times with him crying with his dog picture. But I think that crying is happening way more than we're seeing. So he is quite emotional, just like Angela. So I guess maybe his emotions are blinding him in the game. I don't know who's better to keep for Tucker's game, MJ or Angela. I think they both would like a shot taken at Tucker. And I respect that from both of them because they are right. I mean, Tucker is such this big target, but he's also this big player that if he makes the end, he has so much of an argument to win the game that getting him out sooner rather than later is best for a lot of people in that house's games. But you have the people like Joseph that just think they could actually beat him in the end. Joseph's biggest downfall, similar to Quinn's, is that their egos as these super fan nerds are just out of control. Joseph really thinks he's playing this super dynamic game. And sometimes I get what he's doing when he's talking to people, trying to make sure that they realize that, yeah, he's playing strategically. He's throwing all these comps and he knows what he's doing. He's trying to set himself up for having this big argument in the end. I just don't know if that's going to pay off, especially against someone like Tucker, though. That is just... I don't even think that's a risk. I think that's just dumb. Like, Tucker takes all these risks because he could back it up with his competitions. Now, originally, Chelsea was going to wait to the last minute to try and pitch that Tucker should go tomorrow night because people like Quinn talk way too damn much. But she did pitch it to Quinn just a while ago before I recorded this. I am recording this a couple hours before I will actually post it. But so that has been pitched to Quinn, and Quinn seems on board right now with flipping the house against Tucker if Tucker loses AI Arena. I don't know if they have the numbers yet because they would still have to pull Leah. If not, they only have 4 votes, which would be Chelsea, Cam, Quinn, and either whoever comes down between MJ and Angela say they will vote out Tucker. That's 4. They still need Leah, though, who has been pretty good at flip-flopping lately. But we'll see. I mean, she was a part of the other flip. I could see Leah flipping another vote this week too. If not, then Tikor has to break a tie, and Tikor has been saying she wants anything but a tie. She does not she does not want to break a tie because that probably would not be good for her game. She won't name a target though, which I think I get it for her game because that's been her game so far, is like trying to be behind the scenes and not be out in front making these moves, kind of pulling strings behind the scenes. But she's HOH now, and if she has to break a tie, I do think that's going to hurt her game a bit. But yeah, we'll see where the vote comes. Right now, Tucker could be going if he doesn't win AI Arena, and that's also fine by me. I do think that blows up the game once again. It would be tremendous, actually, because I can't remember the last time we've had this much flipping in a strategic way. You know, last season there was a lot of flipping, but it was not strategic. People were flipping on their own allies that could have helped them. I still don't think T-Core and Chemo flipping on Cedric was bad for their game. Sorry, nobody will convince me otherwise. They're at the bottom of an 8-person alliance, and anybody accepting that in a game like this shouldn't be playing a game like this.